Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Turtles of Grayskull figure Raphael by Hasbro. Now this particular Raphael is part of the Reptile War collection. And so far I've been liking a lot of these figures. I think they've been making some really cool figures that are part of the Reptile Wars. I've been liking them overall, opposed to the original line where some figures were hit, others were missed. So I'm really excited to see what they actually do with this figure. So first off, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. You're very much appreciated. And for anybody who hasn't subscribed yet and you wind up liking this video, then I please ask that you subscribe as well. And also check out both my Masters of the Universe playlist and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playlist. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. Now I've been really liking these Reptile War figures. I've been liking a lot of the packaging for it. It really has a lot of pop. So you got the ooze all around, the turtle logo and what have you. You got these cool looking snakes up here. You got a cobra there. Turtles of Grayskull, Raphael. You got your Masterverse and also your turtles here. You got this nice big open window so you can see him and all his accessories. Turn around this way, you can see the Mattel logo in the corner. All right, come around to the back. All right, you get this nice artwork here. I really like that. That looks really cool. So you got Raph fighting Ninjor. You got a foot soldier underneath, and it looks like a bunch of Baxter Stockman style flies back there. So those look really cool. I like that overall look. Comic book inside. Everybody that's part of this wave, Reptile Wars, and you're legal. So, bring them back around to the front. With all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. Now the first thing we're going to get into is his points of articulation. So the head does move. You got a shoulder joint with a swivel. A little bit hard to move it because of this shield piece here. All right, arm popped out of the socket, which is no problem with these figures. They just pop right back in eventually. All right, so you have an elbow joint, and you do have a wrist joint. Now, it's probably going to be easier to show on this side, a lot easier, the shoulder movements, just because smaller armor on there. So as you can see, all that moves pretty well. You also have a hip joint here. You got a thigh joint with a knee joint. All right, you do got a swivel here, right mid armor. And you also have an ankle joint. So everything seems to fit pretty well on this figure. I don't have any issues with any of his points of articulation. All right. So now let's start getting into his finer details. So first off, I do like the head sculpt. Now with this Raphael here, he has the full bandana going over his head. There have been different versions of him with this. So it's not a, new concept, but it is one that, works well with this particular figure. There's a couple of times when Raphael has this style bandana on his head. All right. And you get down into the armor here. So he has a big R on his chest, letting everybody know who he is. You have his typical belt here with a red sash. I do like that attention to detail as well. And as you move along, you can see the armor wrapping around. The same onto his legs and body. Now, you take this arm, you bring it down. You could even see that he has armament on the upper part of his arm. Then you spin it here. You got a Snake Man Battle logo, which is really nice. I do like that. Right, spin him around this way. You get the continuation of his armor here. And then you come around to this side here, where you got your more traditional turtle look to him. Bring this arm down so you can see his shoulder armor right there. So So overall, I think he's a pretty decent looking figure. I like a lot of the attention to detail that they did put to this particular figure. So now let's get into his accessories. So first off, he does come with 2 size. All right. And they're uniquely looking size too. I like the kind of the design to this. I think that looks pretty cool. So there's 1. There's 2. All right, let's flip this around so you can see the blade on this one. All right. Now he does come with a shell that doubles as a shield. That is a big thing that they've been doing in this line, to where the shields can double as, where the shells can double as shields. So that's pretty cool. Now this is the cool part. This arm gauntlet here. This is wicked looking. I like this. So what this is designed is as a snake's head. So you look at it from this side, you can see the snake head design, which looks really cool. So these are like set up like fangs. So I love the overall look to this thing. I think that looks wicked cool. So now let's start looking at all this stuff on him. So first off, we got to do the size. All right. So this eye in this hand. Her fingers are a little stiff on him. There we go. All right, so we got that one in. Now let's try to see if we can do the more traditional holding of the size, which might be hard with this guy because his fingers are really tight, which I find odd because most of these master figures aren't like that. But there you go. All right. So you can have them hold it both ways. So if you want to have them hold it how a lot of us likes him holding it, you can. If you want to have them hold it pretty standard, you can do that as well. Now, oops. Didn't want to pop that out of there. So let's take a good look at it this way, though. So it does sort of fit in there. As you can see, you do get it in there without any issues. You will hold it just like that. All right. So now that we looked how the size work with them, let's look at the rest of this. So pop them out. All right. Let's get the shield. This will work in here. All right. So I'm having a little bit of a problem just getting that shield in there, just working the fingers in there. But there we go. All right, so the shield does work. So if you want him to use his shell as a shield, try saying that 100 times fast. You know, it will work. But 9 out of 10 of us will probably just keep it on his back. So as you see here, there's 2 spots there to hook it on. Boom. No problems. All right, so now for this claw snake head thing. Boom. So that hooks in there really nice. I like the overall look to that. That looks really, really cool. And then you could get, once again, your side back in the hand here. And let's just do it traditional. There you go. So you could get that one in here. You could probably take this other side, put it in the back. And let's get his standing. So there it is with the claw. Let's do a rotation with this. So that looks really neat. I like how you can put the other side in the back there. So, he has a spot for it, which looks really cool. And then he has that one as well. So all his accessories fit very well with this figure. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with this figure. So first off, his joints work pretty well. This shoulder piece is a little bit iffy. It's kind of hard to move the shoulder around, but you do get movement in it. All his accessories fit very well on him. I didn't have any problem swapping out accessories. And his overall look looks really cool. I do like the overall look to him. So, at the end of the day, would I recommend this figure? Absolutely. I think he's an awesome looking figure. I love the profile to him. I love the overall look to him. I love this claw handle here. This snakehead handle. It looks really neat. There's some really cool attention to detail on it that just looks cool for this figure. The size fit in his hands the right way. So he's an overall really cool looking figure. I'd highly recommend this figure to either go with your Masters of the Universe collection or your Turtles collection. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playlist. Plus hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.